What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks, and for good reason. So last video that you guys saw of the S2000, we took out my blown diff and we are rebuilding it with the OS Geiken diff, which comes in today. Not only are we doing the OS Geiken diff, but my KW Clubsport Coilovers have finally come in from Germany, and we are going to be installing, well, that was anticlimactic here, but we're going to be installing brand new KW coilovers on the S2000 as well. So we got here a little bit early. Me and Tim are going to go ahead and start dropping all of the current suspension that's in the S2000 and installing the KW coilovers before the OS Geiken diff gets here. So currently on the S2000, if you guys don't know, I have Coney yellow shocks in the rear as well as the Eibach lowering springs. But when you get to the front of the car, Eibach lowering springs on stock shocks. Very, very strange. And yes, I was driving on this suspension for all of my track days, so I cannot imagine how much better this car is going to feel with the new diff as well as the new coilovers. It's going to be a night and day difference in the car. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Tim's already started breaking loose all of the rear suspension, so this stuff should really just come out in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox the KWs for you guys so that we can check these out. Oh, and by the way, we finally got our new knuckles in. So we did knuckles, bushings, and extended studs. Like, this car is literally like the epitome of what my dream track car is going to be, and I cannot wait to show you guys what came in. I'll show you guys at the end of the video all of the new spoon stuff that we got. It's pretty exciting. So besides all of that, let's go ahead and get started unboxing the coilovers. Okay guys, plan of attack here is we're just going to go ahead and remove all of the pieces that are on the car right now, and then adjust the coilovers once we have everything out, and then put them in. The Clubsports are very, very particular on how you can adjust and how you can't adjust, so we're going to read through the entire manual, but we'll do that a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and knock out all of these suspension components and get started. Passenger side is done. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an S2000 install video day if we didn't have a little bit of trouble. I didn't even know that the gas tank lines run right above the rear strut tower right here. So we're gonna have to slide a wrench back in there to be able to reach these bolts. So that's like crazy placement, but we'll get it. Ken's here, of course.
Hey. Okay, let's see if the socket's deep enough.
Ken's got the magic hands. Number one. Boom.
It's out.
Easy enough. Both rear shocks are out. Now we're looking at the Clubsports. Ken, what's the deal here?
So I think most likely I gotta remove the bump stop. It seems like we don't have enough static travel if we go too low. Because right now I think we have about maybe 4 inches. And then I normally take out the bump stop on my dampers. So I think we should do that. And then we should put up zip tie in there and see how much, like once we lower it, once you drive it, we just make sure we have 3 inches of static travel, then we'll be safe.
Okay, let's do it. So Ken is a very experienced driver and he knows a lot about the suspension, which is why I'm happy that Ken's here. I know that KW has like a ton of options and like setup features. What's going on here?
So right now I'm trying to zero out everything before I start setting up the damper setting. So the top is rebound and the bottom right here is, it's compression. So everything I'm zeroing it out right now. You see there's plus and minus. So we can change that whenever you feel like it, pretty much.
That's so, I've never had coilovers to like this extent. This is pretty gnarly. I always get just like the basic comfort coilovers or maybe a little bit on the stiffer side, but like this is actually like made for the track, which I'm very excited. This is going to be a crazy upgrade on the S2000. So lots of adjustments, lots of playing to do with these. So I'll probably adjust after like my first track day and kind of get a better feel of how I want the suspension, but that's the coolest part about it. Like you said, just setting all of these to 0. We're going to look through the KW instructions and stuff like that, see if there's a recommended setting to put these on, and then go from there. We've got the rear coilovers all adjusted. So we have our rebound and compression set. We did 6 on the rebound and 2 on the compression down here. So like I said, it'll be up to me when I'm on the track and kind of deciding where I want to adjust the coilovers to. But we have these set on pretty much like a softer setting just until I can get an accurate reading on the track. And when I drive the car, we can actually adjust it properly. So we're gonna go ahead and install these. Okay, all 4 coilovers are in. That was like 30 minutes coilover installed. That's what I love about Hondas. They are so easy to work on, but we have both front coilovers and both rear coilovers on. Now it's time to work on the knuckles. We're gonna start removing all of the OEM knuckles and replacing them with brand new, I guess they are OEM knuckles, but they are brand new with new bushings, new spoon bushings, by the way, and extended studs. So this thing is I'm literally basically building like a brand new S2000, and it is amazing. I cannot wait to feel. Yeah, let's get a little difference here. Yeah, way better. So I cannot wait to feel how nice this thing's gonna drive. So let's get started. We had a lot of work to do. Boom, baby, let's go.
All right, I feel really smooth today now.
We can breathe. That's my caliper. Front knuckles are out. Currently we have the OEM ball joint on these, but we got upgraded new spoon ball joints as well. So we're gonna go ahead and take off these OEM ones, replace them with the spoon, and throw the knuckles back on.
Well, we put it on like 2 months ago. Yeah, so, and then we put NICEST on it.
All right, it has been a very long day, but we have finally got everything in. All of our knuckles are in. Our suspension is now bolted down. We just did a very basic ride height. We're obviously gonna have to adjust it once we see the car on the ground, and it's gonna be a lot different once the diff goes in because it will sag a little bit more, but we're gonna go ahead and put it on the ground, see what it looks like with the new coilovers, and I think we'll be able to get a little bit more camber out of the front with the new spoon ball joints down here. So I'm very excited to see what the car's gonna look like and drive like. Unfortunately, Synchrotech mechanic was supposed to have our diff done today, and they didn't get it done, unfortunately, which really sucks. But hopefully it'll be done next week because we do have a track day on the 18th. I really need the diff, so it's either gonna be done Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. But unfortunately, we're not able to install it today. But at least we got a ton of stuff done, like all of the OEM knuckles, the bushings, ball joints, and the coilovers. These Clubsport two-way KW coilovers are gonna be amazing, and I am so excited to see. So we're gonna go ahead and throw on the wheels, lower this car down, and see what it looks like. Sick. Okay, check this out. So I think that for track purposes, we might have to raise the front up just a little bit, but it actually looks incredible. Got a little bit more camber up front. The rear is sitting actually perfect. Man, this car looks so much better with just like a little drop like that. Wow, that's actually perfect. I am so excited to see how this thing is going to handle on the track on the 18th, and it's pretty cool because the track that we're going to on the 18th is actually the track that I destroyed the diff on this car. So it'll be kind of like a redemption track day, going back with a new diff and whole new suspension. I'm so stoked. So now that the coilovers and all the knuckles and stuff are done, unfortunately that's all we can do for today since we don't have the diff. We were supposed to go get an alignment and actually be able to drive this car and test it out, but we didn't make it in time, but it's okay. So what we're gonna do today is we are gonna go sort through some of my spoon items that have actually come in. We have pretty much the majority of all the spoon parts that we ordered. Pretty much the entire body kit is in. We have the hardtop, front bumper, rear bumper, fenders, the quad exhaust from Spoon, pretty much everything. So if you guys look up here, all the way from these Titan 7 wheels, all the way down is all Spoon parts for me. And I believe that box way up there, that's the hardtop. So I'm excited. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna sort through some of the smaller things that we're gonna take back to our shop and actually start on. And then we are gonna be building the actual body kit and everything at Art of Attack so we can get that all of that finished up and we don't have to actually buy like a U-Haul or something to ship it all to.